What if I told you that thousands of UK pensioners could soon see a significant cut to their state pension payments, losing as much as £130 every single month? This isn't speculation or a distant possibility. It's a very real financial shift that could hit hard, and many people have no idea it's coming. The rules around taxation, pension increases, and personal allowances are creating a perfect storm that could leave pensioners struggling with unexpected deductions from their income. The government's own policies, the rising cost of living, and a tax system that quietly takes more without raising official tax rates are all contributing to this problem. If you or someone you love relies on the state pension to get by, understanding these changes now could save you from financial hardship down the line. For years, pensioners in the UK have depended on the triple lock system to ensure their state pension keeps up with the rising cost of living. This system guarantees that pensions increase each year by the highest of inflation, wage growth, or a minimum of 2.5%, a safeguard to protect retirees from losing purchasing power. But what if this very increase is the reason why thousands will now be taxed on money they previously received tax-free? While pensions are going up, the personal tax allowance remains frozen at £12,570 until at least 2027. That means that as pension payments rise, more and more retirees will cross the threshold where taxation kicks in, leaving them with less money in real terms than they might have expected. Right now, the full new state pension is set to rise to nearly £11,000 per year, which brings pensioners dangerously close to the tax threshold, with just £595 of room left before they start paying tax. By next year or the year after, the state pension alone could push retirees over that threshold. And if you have additional income, whether from a workplace pension, a private pension, rental income, or even a part-time job, you could find yourself paying tax on a significant portion of your earnings. Imagine planning your retirement carefully, believing your state pension would remain untaxed, only to find out that creeping fiscal drag has suddenly put you in a taxable bracket. This kind of tax increase isn't obvious. The government isn't announcing that pensioners will be paying more. There are no headline-grabbing changes in tax rates. Instead, it's happening quietly behind the scenes. Because the personal allowance is frozen while incomes are increasing, more pensioners are being pushed into paying tax. This is a stealth tax, a way for the government to collect more money without explicitly raising tax rates. It means that even though pensions are increasing, many retirees will feel like they're losing money rather than gaining it. In some cases, pensioners who were previously untaxed will now have to pay hundreds of pounds per year in taxes, reducing the real-world impact of any pension increase they receive. To put this into perspective, by 2028 or 2029, the state pension is expected to exceed £13,000 per year. That means pensioners would be paying tax on at least £600 of their income, leading to an annual tax bill of around £120. And if you receive any additional income, the tax burden only grows. Even pensioners who have spent decades carefully saving and planning for retirement could see their expected income shrink because of these tax thresholds. Those with personal pensions or rental income could see their tax bills increase dramatically, eating into the money they had set aside for their later years. And this isn't just about numbers on paper. It's about real-life consequences. With rising energy costs, higher food prices, and general inflation making everything more expensive, every pound counts. Many pensioners are already struggling to cover essential expenses, and losing even a small portion of their state pension to taxation can make a significant difference. The difference between heating the house in winter or cutting back, between affording proper nutrition or skipping meals, between being financially stable and constantly worrying about whether there's enough left at the end of the month. The outrage among pensioners is growing, and it's easy to see why. Many believed their pension income would remain largely untaxed. Others assumed that tax thresholds would rise alongside pensions, as they did in the past. Instead, they're facing an unexpected financial squeeze that wasn't clearly communicated. It's not just a minor inconvenience for some. It's a serious financial blow that forces them to rethink their entire retirement budget. If you're on a fixed income, suddenly finding out that you have to pay an extra tax bill is not just frustrating. It's potentially devastating. So, what can pensioners do to protect themselves from these financial challenges? The first and most important step is understanding where you stand. Knowing your total income, not just from your state pension, but from any other sources, is crucial. Being aware of how close you are to the tax threshold allows you to plan ahead and avoid unexpected tax surprises. If you're approaching the threshold, you may want to look into tax-efficient savings options such as ISAs, which allow you to grow your money without incurring additional tax liabilities. For those already paying tax, speaking to a financial advisor could help uncover strategies to minimize your tax burden and maximize your take-home income. Looking ahead, there is some potential relief on the horizon. The government has announced plans to adjust the personal allowance threshold in line with inflation starting in 2028, which could provide pensioners with a much-needed financial cushion, ensuring that their pensions don't automatically push them into taxable territory. But until that happens, many retirees will continue to face the reality of fiscal drag and the financial strain it brings. It's more important than ever to stay informed. Understanding these changes now can help pensioners prepare rather than being caught off guard by an unexpected tax bill. As living costs continue to rise, every little bit of income matters, and knowing how the system works can make all the difference. Pensioners deserve transparency when it comes to their financial future. They deserve to know what's happening, why it's happening, and what they can do about it. This isn't just about government policy. It's about real people's lives and their ability to live with dignity in retirement. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with others who may be affected by these changes. Many pensioners remain unaware of how fiscal drag and frozen tax thresholds are quietly reducing their income. By spreading the word, we can ensure that more people have the knowledge they need to navigate these financial challenges effectively. And if you want to stay updated on the latest pension news, financial advice, and benefits for retirees, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your financial security is important, and staying informed is the best way to protect yourself against unexpected changes. Let us know in the comments how these tax changes might affect you. Are you worried about the impact they'll have on your pension? Have you already noticed tax deductions you weren't expecting? Your experiences matter, and by sharing them, we can help build a stronger, more informed community. Stay safe, stay informed, and as always, stay empowered.